Hello everyone and welcome to our ECM launch update on Saturday the 2nd of August 2025. So as always Saturdays we take a look at the ECM model, at the trends for the next 6 weeks, taking us today up to the 15th of September, so halfway through September. That is as far as we get to. So let's see what we're looking at, possibly. Obviously, given that this goes out to a whole 6 weeks away, beyond the first week, it's liable to huge changes. So week 1 is the 4th to 11th of August. Obviously, Monday the 4th will be a bank holiday, and we have Storm Floris coming in, and yes, normally for the whole week shows a deep low to the north, Floris probably helping that anomaly along, and quite a strong high pressure as well to the south, and they'll be combining to bring quite a strong, at times, westerly airflow through the country. That being said, some days it will be drier and finer, like I think Tuesday and Wednesday, as well as the weekend, possibly, quite finer, lighter winds, a bit sunnier, but equally, I think Monday definitely, and Thursday, possibly Friday, looking a bit westerly and windier. So it'd be a week of very much watching the forecast, be very changeable week, a lot of radar watching and model watching for the exact location of lows and their intensity. Week 1 temperature anomaly is looking a bit above average, but nothing too far from normal. And the week 1 precip anomaly is above average in the north and to the north, and below average to the south and in the south, and most areas of the country are in between, so therefore around average really. So quite a typical Irish summer's week, apart from Monday's storm. Week 2 pressure anomaly is August 11th to 18th, so let's see how that happens. So improvement for this week, big improvement. So we see a high pressure reaching in all the way from Canada through the Atlantic Ocean and right into Ireland, the UK. In fact, it centres partially over Ireland, the UK, and Western Europe there. Before again, it does ridge into like the Balkans, Black Sea area, out here, somewhere out there. I think that's Black Sea around there. Anyway, so point is that we see high pressure bringing a lot of fine, warm, and settled summer's weather. If that's correct, we'll be seeing a lot of hints in the models. As you know, if you've been watching my channel regularly, you'll know that recently, through the whole second half of July, I've been trying to come up with variations of the same title by tweaking the words, changing the words around. Been a nightmare. But this is what is just tormenting me at this point. Week 2 temperature anomaly is therefore a lot above average, about 2 degrees. And week 2 rainfall anomaly goes much drier than average. So if this is correct, once we get this week out of the way, we're firmly back to summer. But I don't really, just given what's happened, take it with a huge pinch of salt. Week 3 is August 18th to 25th. This week shows high pressure over Scotland, centred there, but reaching to our west, and that high is very much close enough to bring us, again, another fine, settled week. Possibly cooler at times, as the highs to our north might bring in some cooler winds from the northeast at times, some cloud at times, but also some sunny spells, pretty fair and quite warm. But with that pattern, always best in the west. Week 3 temperature anomalies, therefore, are much higher than average, very warm. And week 3 rainfall anomaly, again, much drier than average, with that anticyclone. Week 4 is August 25th to September 1st, so that will be the last full week of summer. And very little change. So high pressure is staying over to the north, and again that bringing a gentle wind from the east northeast. Again, it was coolest and cloudiest on the east coast of that, best in the west, but probably all areas are faring quite decently. Week 4 temperature anomaly is therefore still above average by a good chunk. And week 4 rainfall / precip anomaly is looking drier than average. So if this is correct, once we get this week out the way, August is looking decent. But again, pinch of salt required. In fact, no, like the whole, like every bit of salt in the world you can find, take all that with this, because it's just not. Week 5 is the 1st to 8th, so the first week of autumn. Very weak signals here, but we do see a bit of blocking way up there. But if I had to guess, maybe just back to low pressure. We'll see what happens here with the temperature anomaly. It's looking still warmer than average, but maybe a bit less so. Maybe westerly winds, and week 5 precip chart. You can see that the dry anomalies are now going to the south of Europe, and there's a slightly above average anomalies to our west. So maybe that's hinting at a more westerly to southwesterly airflow with the lows to the west and north, bringing in some more autumnal weather just in time. And finally, week 6 should be the 8th of September to the 15th. Okay, so again, very weak signals. Apart from a high pressure towards Western Russia, apart from that, nothing going on. But I'm assuming that would be just the model going back to the default pattern, of like westerly winds, low to the west and north sort of thing. Could be just a default pattern returning. Week 6 temperature anomaly, a bit above average, but again nothing too much here. And week 6 rainfall anomaly, above average to the east, interestingly, and a touch drier just out to the west, but that is weak signal. If that is to be correct and believed, that would imply that there would be a low pressure to our east towards Scandinavia and Northern Europe, and maybe a high pressure to the west, in which case, low over here, high over there, it should be quite cool with northerly winds, but that is not shown on the temperature anomaly. I'm only taking that as a perception based on the rainfall anomaly, what's happening here. So that would probably be a cooler second week of September. But obviously, 6 weeks away, we have enough to worry about for now. The models are performing atrociously. For like last week, it rained on Thursday afternoon, and it wasn't meant to rain. The big downpours in Kilkenny weren't meant to be, but it happens, and so on. Friday, in my part of the country, was meant to be sunny, wasn't sunny, it was cloudy. And Floris has been a nightmare, and they couldn't just get the countdown to the August dry spell right. It's being pushed back tediously and annoyingly. So, yeah, let's just leave it at that. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.